Hello, everyone. Good evening. How are you all doing? Please, if you can hear me, do give a reaction, please. If you can hear me, give a reaction. All right, all right. I see you all. Good evening once again. And my name is Queen. To those joining us for the very first time, my name is Queen, and I'm a community builder. So today is another section. First of all, I want to apologize to for the recording of yesterday. By tomorrow, it is going to be available. Please, by tomorrow, I'm going to share the link. So please pardon us on that. You'll get the link of tonight's sections and the one of yesterday tomorrow. So today is quite an interesting one. Yeah, it's quite an interesting one because we are going to be diving deep into management. Yes, even if you are not a manager, be it products, be it projects, be it operations, you still have to have an idea of how management works because if you are not the one managing, that means they are managing you. That's just the simple truth. If you are not being managed, that means you are managing, you are part of, you are managing someone. So, however you want to do it, you need to have an idea of how management works and also get exposed to some management tools. So, tonight is going to be all about management, and we have someone in our midst, and he's someone that I respect so much because he wears many hats and he's a master of a lot of things, be it from Power Platform, he's a Microsoft guy, from Excel, Power Automate, and the rest. He's in our midst, an IT support person, a data engineer, and he has been in position uh, to work with a lot of people. And for that, he has some very good expertise when it comes to management. He's familiar with management tools. Like I said a lot, he's quite heavy on IT support, data engineering, and yes, and a lot of management tools. So he's here in our midst. He's by the name Gift. Gift, are you here, please? If you can hear, give us a signal, please.
Hello, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yeah, good evening. Good evening. Please, the floor is yours. Please, let's give a positive reaction. Even if it's the clap emoji, let's give it up. Tonight is going to be interesting. Thank you so much, Gift, for honoring the invite. Please, the floor is yours. Thank you.
All right, good evening to everybody. Welcome to this session this evening. I truly want
We
we
can't hear
have been
you. You can hear us. We can't hear you.
okay. Can you hear me now? Yeah, can you hear me?
Sure, we can.
Hello.
Sure, we can. Thank
All
you.
right.
Yes, we
So,
can hear you.
okay. So, all right. So I said it has been an interesting session right from the first one. So I want to first and foremost appreciate the organizers of the whole program. And I want to also appreciate each and every one of you that have taken time to make it down here every moment of this and stay to the end because I'm sure you are learning a whole lot more, either in terms of uh, the topics that have been learned and what are yet to be taught. I'm by name Gift Ahmed, and I'm simply a tech guy, tech survey. I do. Queen has flattered the floor. Don't mind her; she's still my boss. Um, I've worked with a good number of people. I started off. I want to just give you a brief background. I started off back in 2018. I have led communities like DSN, which stands for Data Science Network, initially Data Science Nigeria before it became Data Science Network. I have also served in communities like Google Developers Community. I'm also the pioneer Microsoft Student Ambassador for my university. And in 2023, I won the Mentorship Award nationwide for worldwide for mentor category. So I've been in a lot of communities, and sometimes I'm being led, sometimes I have people leading me, sometimes it's more or less like a co-lead and the likes. So talking about what we have today, please let me just quickly share my screen so that you can see my screen. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I can see the emojis. So let me just get started and share my screen. Hopefully you can see my screen. Can you see my screen now? Yep. Can everybody see my screen now? All right. So this evening, I was given the topic programs and project management tools, right? And a lot of these tools are tools that we use on a day-to-day note. That is, whether you're a project manager or not, these are tools that you need to use, right? Now, it's very important that you know how to use them effectively and efficiently, right? So this evening, we'll be looking at tools, and then we'll be hopefully understanding can use productivity and in various environments. Get deep into it and see here myself what I've been doing for the last 3 years. This, I don't want to go into it again. So this evening, what are we going? What's the goal? Of course, the goal simply is to equip us for industry standard tools for project communication. Want to teach you to be so things in this session this evening will be learning about which is a management organizing to project organization. And ecosystems, and also we'll be talking about Power Automate, and then we'll be looking at some introduction into some of these tools before the end of the course. So hopefully at the end of this course, you'll be able to know what all these tools are about. So this is just like a timeline here. So let's get all right. Yes. Think. Hello. Think I can hear. Oh, it's my network. All right. All right. So, okay. Thank you very much. So let me continue. Now, we said effective teamwork or project delivery relies strongly on the right tools, right? Now, I'm sure most of you work in various companies, industries, and the likes. And then there are tools that organization. Now, some of these tools basically helps us to make work in an organized way and also communicate with fellow workers effectively, right? So now we have things like Trello. And I said Trello is basically, we'll be looking at four major components of it, which are the Trello, the stack, then the SaaS, and then Power Automate. Now, we'll start with Trello. It's basically an organizing project visual that uses the Kuban's methodology to show how work is being done, who to do the work, and where is the task who is to do it, when is it to be done, then even as far as allocating due dates for some of these projects. So using Trello, you can manage that effectively, right? Now, Stack, on the other hand, is a messaging app that brings all the team together, that is for communication in terms of how emails can be, some of you use email and then you notice that sometimes you get to mix messages or the email back and front with emails, and the trend becomes overwhelming. But with Stack, you have organize teams based on the set objective. That is, you can have teams that manage communication, marketing, strategy, development. Now you can have different channels. We call them channels. So you can have different channels to manage all of this. That is, people that are in the same group are tend to be in the same channel, and then they can communicate back and front easily. So Slack helps us to do that efficiently. Now, the other two below, which is the SaaS, which stands for Software as a Service, refers to a cloud-based application that can be accessed via the web browser. Now, what does this mean? It's basically a service that is being hosted or is being given to a large audience through cloud services or through the internet. And then these services are being executed over the browser. I'll give you an example. An example of software as service is, most of you uses enterprise EPS solutions. Some use Dynamics 365. Some uses Hotspot. Some uses SAP. If you use any, even as far as things like cloud resources that you share, now these are services that have been rendered to you it for many things. Now, we'll be looking at some of those services. Then finally, we'll be looking at automation tools. Automation tools are simply tools that helps you to make good use of your good use of your automations in terms of repetitive task. That is, if you have any task that you repeat on a day-to-day activity, this helps you to automate such kind of processes. And a good example, we have a good number of them out there, but we'll be looking at the Power Automate, because why it's very common within our setting around here in Nigeria and the likes is that most people use Office 365. Sure, some of you use this team, and the likes. So all these tools together makes it easy for you to automate tasks that are needed, right? So I've been discussing a lot of things. So we'll be going now into what are these tools more specifically, and then how can we use them in various fields. So now we have Trello. Now, Trello, I already said, is for organizing projects. Now, there are some keywords I want you to take note of this evening. Whenever in Trello you hear the word board, it means a project, right? Whenever you hear board, it means a project. Whenever you hear lists, it means the various stages that you currently have in the project. Now, whenever you hear card, it means the tasks that are currently allocated to each of these stages that you are currently on. Now, we also have other features like assigning members, adding a due date, creating a checklist, adding a label, and then these days we can even connect our Google Drive or our Google Calendar to these management tools for better integration and the likes. So this slide for every practical session very soon. So now this is like a detailed explanation of everything I just said just now. So I'm sure you will go through some of these. So basically, board represent the entire project or the major workflow, right? Let's say a typical example is designing website redesign. That's the project you want to do. Now, a list represent the different stages in the workflow. You could have things like to do, in progress, and things that have been done, right? So these are different stages in it. So they are called lists. Now, card represent the individual tasks within task or idea within the list. Okay, card can be moved between different lists depending on the track of you find yourself. So some of these things might look theoretical. We're going to do it very soon. Now, we also have assigning. Assigning is what I just said just now, like where you can assign who should do a task to make accountability one of the top priority in terms of project management. Now, we have tools. We have also setting due dates, checklist, list. Label is one thing I want to talk about. Label is used to categorize different tasks depending on how critical that task could be. We could have things like urgent, bug, design, in progress, maybe temporary, high priority, low priority. These are terms we use in terms of the design. Now we have activity feedback. This is basically comments on how people have been engaging and working through some of these things. So this is like an in-depth explanation of what each of the things we'll be talking about is. Now we have stack. I'm just going to run through this as well because we're also going to go into stack and possibly do one or two examples on it. Now we have stack. We said it is a unified team communication. We have, I told you before, we have workspace. Different workspace depending on the different teams you find yourself. You can have different workspace. Now channels are the different groups you find yourself. I'm sure a lot of us are familiar with WhatsApp group. Now channels are like those groups that you find yourself. Thread is like maybe a topic that has been in progress and everybody's contributing to that particular topic. Now you have DMs. DMs is like a way to directly communicate with a particular person and not the entire team, right? So these are things we're going to look at. Now we use common practice like using the at, then the name. That means you can tag somebody, as we all know. So if you use the at symbol and you call their name, you can tag. Then you can also remind yourself of certain information or certain messages. Now you could see I keep mentioning integration. This can also be integrated with Trello, with Google Drive, with Zoom, Google Calendar, to make your productivity faster. So this is also a detailed explanation of what each of them is. So basically, workspace is a centralized environment for an organization. Then a channel is the core of the Slack, where discussions are being organized based on themes, topics, or projects. So depending on anything you want to call it. Now, we could also have both public and private channels. Now we have trends. These are the most recent crucial communication features about it, one-on-one communication. Now we have also tagging people and setting reminders in any of these cases. So these are more information about what Slack and what are the features of Slack. Okay, so now quickly we move into the SAS, right? So the first part of this class, I just want to use it for all the explanation, then we'll go into the practicals. Now SaaS stands for software as a service, right? Now they refer to simply a cloud-based application that can be accessed via the web browser. Now, some of the core benefits of this is accessibility. That means it allows you to work on your device, on any device, anywhere. That is, everywhere you are. We have scalability. It allows you to add or remove users or team as team grows or shrink. That is, the resources you need at any point in time, you can add to it or you can remove from it. Now, it is always updated because it is not a local installation or a manual software update. It automatically does it, and every time you need to do it, it makes it faster, and then you can easily get it. Now, some categories of SaaS include project management suites. Like, I'm sure if we have project managers in the house, you would have heard of Asana, you have heard of ClickUp, you have heard of Jira. We also have Trello. Trello 2 is also there, right? Now, all these are used for planning and managing complex projects. All right. Now, we also have automation tools like Zipper, we have Power Up Maker, we have so many other automation tools currently. We have N8N. All these are ways we can automate tasks. So, and these companies offers their service as a software as a service based. Now we have documentation. A lot of you have heard of Notion. Notion is one communication documentation tool that allows people communicate. We have Conference. This allows you to manage project documentation in a central location. So now the final thing we'll be talking about now is the Power Automate. Now, what is Power Automate? It is formerly called Flow now, but in recent time it has been moved to Power Automate. Now it allows you to connect applications together and automate processes between these apps. right, back and front without having to repeat the process over and over and over again. So today we'll be building a form and we'll be testing it. Let's say, I'll give you a practical example. Let's say this whole program, you're asked to register, and then if a link is sent to you, but at the end of the link, once you submit, you get a confirmation message in your inbox stating like, congratulations, you have successfully registered, and the likes like that. So all those things that we that can come automatically are usually done using the Power Automate or any automation tool uh, we have. So these are the steps. So that being said, I think I'm done with my basic talk. So let's get into some practical aspect of this class where we are going to actually do some of these things. All right. So now let's get started. Now, the first one we talked about is Trello. So to get started with Trello, you have to go to Google or you are using your default browser and then search for it. Why is it saying I'm not connected to internet?
Hello, Gift. Please, if you can hear me, give a thumbs up, please. All right, thank you. Gift, can you hear me, or is it a network issue? All right, please, let's give him a minute. I believe he's having some network issue. I can see him on the call, but I believe he's having some network issue. Let's give him a minute, please. Gift, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right.
Sorry,
So sorry, guys.
sorry,
It's
my
back. I believe
network
it's the
just
network.
left. Yes, but can you hear me now? All right. So, what I was trying to do, I said we are done with the talk. So that's what we want to start now. So now to get that started, I said, go to any of your browser and you can search for Trello. Let me share my screen. Yeah, can we see my screen? All right.
We can't see it
Let
yet. We
me
can't see it yet.
share again.
Gift, can you hear me? Hello, Gift.
Now, can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, I can hear
Oh,
you now. I get your network
oh,
where you are. So please kindly share your screen.
okay, okay. Yeah, I'm currently sharing. I don't know if you can see my screen now. Yeah, if you can see my screen, you can drop emoji so that I'm sure of that. All right, so I said go to any browser of your choice. Now, type Trello. Now, that should be the first one. It's Trello.com. Now, once you are on it, just click on the first link you see. Now, once you click on the first link you see, uh, for those that might be following and you are lost, you can check the message session here. I will drop the direct link on the message session for you. So let's see while as it's opening. So it's already opening. Okay, I'm going to log out for the sake of this session. I'm going to log out first. Okay, I'm trying to log out so that we can look at it together. All right. So once you get to the page, by default, you should be able to use your Gmail to sign in, or you should be able to use your Microsoft account or any account of your choice. You just populate in the information and then try to log in. So I'm going to say I want to try and log in in another account. And then so that it will show me the interface of what it will show you. Currently, it's showing me I already have an account here, but yours would ask you to create an account that's signing up. So to sign up, basically, what you just need to do is, let's say I say I want to add another account now. It's going to load the page and ask me to populate my information. Like you can see here, it's asking for my email. And then I told you you can sign in with Google, you can sign in with Microsoft, Apple, or Slack. So I already have an account. So I'm just going to say sign in with Gmail, right? And once I click on sign in with Gmail now, that should bring out my Gmail and I can confirm the email I want to use in signing in. So let's wait for that to come up. So I'm just going to select this one, Gift Ahmed. It's going to sign me in automatically because I already have an account. But yours might ask you to accept terms and conditions. That's totally fine. So mine is already trying to sign me in now. So once it signs me in, you are welcome to a fresh page. So let's wait for it to load the page. All right. So this is my page currently. I told you whenever you hear the word board, what should come to your mind should be projects, right? Now, by default, you have some templates here that you can use by default. So you can, we have the Kubernetes template, we have the daily tax manager, we have the remote team hub. These are templates that they have built by default for you, right? Now, there are two ways we can do this. We can either start our project from scratch or use an existing template. I tell people that once what you want to do is already existing, why not get a why not get a template that fits what you want to do and simply utilize it? So if we say browse full gallery now, if you click on that, you would see that it's coming up with different categories of templates for you. We have business, we have design. At the right hand side here, you will see we have design, we have education, we have engineering, marketing, HR and operation, personal, productivity, and the likes. So now it's just a matter of you checking out which works for you, and then you can utilize them, right? So let's say we want to look at something on productivity. Now, let's go to productivity. You have some templates here. These are weekly templates and the likes. So let me go down. Amazing personal tracker. So there's one called Amazing Personal Tracker. I'm just going to click on that. Now, what this is going to show you who created these templates, because they have a community where you can decide to share your templates. So it's just going to show you who created, where it's used. So you just want to reutilize it. So how do you reutilize this? Just at the right hand side here, you see where it says use template. use template. So you click on this. Now you would want to give it a different name, right? You want to give it a different name. So we can say uh, class task, something like that. Now it should be on the workspace. You have to select your workspace. Your workspace is your current address, your own current workspace. Now you have to click on the workspace you want. Some people have multiple workspace. So in my own case here, I have only one workspace. So I'll just say create workspace. Now, once I say create workspace, wait for it and watch. All you just have to do is watch it do its thing. So you just wait and allow it load completely. You just wait for it. All right. Okay. So now it has loaded successfully. Now that it has loaded successfully, I'm going to be telling you what are the core things you need to know about the planner, about the Trello environment. Now, let's say you have a list of items, right? You have a list of items that should be done. That would go into your backlog. Okay, here this is just like a guide on how to use it. So the first one, how to use this board, they just gave you the guide on how to use it. If you don't want this, you can simply click on this three dots at the top here, and then go down to think. Okay, now let's say you want to reutilize this. In cases where you want to reutilize it, you can just select it and configure it in your own way. But what I want to point you to is three different things, which is the backlog, this week, today. You get my point, and we're going to be seeing how we move things around. So now, let's say in your backlog, you wanted to add a new item. How do you add a new item to this backlog? Let's say you see where it says add a card. Add a card. The bottom side here, add a card. So in this case here, I'm going to click here. Now it's going to ask me what is the title of this card I want to add. I could say send an email to HR, right? That's the card I want to add. So now once that is done, I just hit enter. Once you type it, just hit enter. That would automatically add it here for you. You can see it. I've added a card. Now, once you add a card, it has to have more information. Now, more information in the sense that what you want to send email to HR about, what, when do you want to send it? Now, what's the last date you should send it, and some other information. Who should send that email? If you want to configure those kind of information, what you do is you double click on the card you just created. So if you double click on it now, it's going to open up this environment for you. So you can see the title will remain the same, right? Description is definitely describing what this card is about. All right, it could be sending. You could say sending weekly or daily, depending on what you want. You can have weekly reports. That could just be the title or something else. So once that is done, you save. You click on save. Now you see you have added a description. That's the first thing you want to do. Now, the next thing you want to do is, what label is this? When I say label, you can add different types of label. Is it urgent? Is it a high priority? Is it a low priority? Or is it a normal priority? Or is it something about uh, anything, depending on the priority? I'm sure some of you already understand what I'm saying, in the sense like, is it a top priority? Is it a mid priority? Or if it's in terms of development or software, are you fixing a bug? Are you redesigning something? Or any case, that could be your label, right? Now, if you click on label here, you can select any color of your choice, and here I could just say high. That's it's a high priority. Now that would be the label, so I'll create that. Then I want to create it as high. Now once that is done, you select your color of choice. Now you click on create. So once you click on create, now you notice it has a label of high. That's the first thing. Yeah, that's the second thing you need to do. Now, the next thing you want to do is you want to set a due date. That is, when should this be completed at most? All right. So let's say it must be completed on or before the 27th of this month, right? So you can select a due date, right? Now, in cases where you want to put a start date, you can also put a start date. You can say it should start tomorrow, and then it has to be completed on or before the 27th. So that's like setting a due date. Now, just under it, you have what we call setting a due date reminder. How often do you want it to remind you, right? Should it remind you a day before the due date? Should it remind you 5 minutes before the due date? Should it remind you 10 minutes before, or 2 hours, or 2 days? So usually I love 2 days. So I would set a 2 days reminder. That would remind me 2 days before the due date, if it is not done, that I should complete it, right? Now you can see we have set a description, we have set a label, then we have set a due date. Now finally, we have the checklist, right? Now this checklist, it allows you to add specific things you want to the checklist. We can say add a checklist. Now, in this checklist here, let's say you want market reports or sales reports. Let's say sales, you want to send in sales reports. You have sales report, you can add that. You can have whatever report you want. Let's say HR reports. So it could be any form of report. It could be finance report and the likes. So you just add them. These are different checklists. Now, this checklist, it is expected that before this task is complete, all the checklist inside is marked as done, right? You might have started the project, you might have been done with your sales report, but you are not done with the HR report. It is essential you check your sales report that one has been completed, while the HR report is still in progress. So that's how you do that. Now, finally, we want to talk about members. Members is simply, let's say you have so many people in a team, you can add members to a particular team. So now, how do you add members? You can add members using their email. So you can add members. Let's say you have 2 or 3 members within your team. You can add different members to your team. Currently, I'm the only member here. So now you can now say who should do these tasks. All right. So you can see all this has been set. Now, when you come to the checklist, you see there's an icon in front here where it has this uh, human, like a profile. You can click that and specify, if you're using a premium account, who should do that. All right. You can specify who in the team should do that. Now, that being said, that is how you set a particular card and setting more information into it. Remember, this is a backlog um, card. This is a backlog kid list. So now let's say I'm done with one of it, right? Or I have started. I can come here and check the box for sales, right? Once I check the box for sales, it means I have completed that. That's why you can see a navigation bar here, which shows 50%. Now, since I have started doing it, I can decide to move it from backlog to this week. You will see, how do you move it? You can move it by dragging and dropping it in another list. All right. So this week I can decide to move it here. So now you can see this is what I'm doing this week. Now, once that is done, maybe at the end of the week, I was able to complete both tasks, right? And I'm done. I can check the second one and say, once that's checked, I can come back here. Now the two tasks is checked. You can see from here, the two tasks that is required there has been done. So you can now move it to the final stage. So with this now, just imagine you have a good number of people and everybody is doing their tasks, because this work is not it will be open to everybody, right? To be open to everybody to work on. So everybody is making their own. You as a manager or you as a person, the idea that you know how to use it effectively helps you to better work within your team, right? It helps you to better work within your team. So all this I said is basically about the board. Now there's where we say switching board. Okay, no, not switch. If you want to switch between different projects, I have one here before called Amazon Development Project. So I can switch between different projects. Okay, this one before, you can see we have 12 months. This is our entire project. Then we have the first 6 months. We have sprint. Sprint is like what should be done within a week. Now we have some priorities that we must have, and each time we can do it. So it's just like having different projects, and you can switch between different projects anytime you want. So finally, what I want to mention to you is the various views you can have. So you can have something like the planner. Now the planner is a new option that was added, so you can connect this directly to your Google Calendar. So let's say you wanted to connect your calendar to your Trello. You just have to come here, say connect calendar. It will ask you, do you want to connect a Google Calendar or a one Outlook calendar? Then you just select it and then go through with the step. That would automatically connect your calendar to the Trello interface. So basically, here now, you could see that it's easy. First thing you have to do, create a new card. Creating a new card is what you have to do. Now, assigning the priority, who to do it, when to do it, and what should be done. Once it's started, you can start moving it from stage to stage as the case may arise. So that's a good way to see how Trello works, right? Now, it's currently Okay, it's currently 9. I don't know. Should I take questions on this before we go into Slack, or do we finish and then have a full question and answer session? Because we have a question and answer session. So let's continue. Then at the end we have a question and answer session where I can answer every question you have. Right? Now, the next thing we want to talk about is the Slack. Now, Slack, I told you it's a communication channel. It's like WhatsApp or thereabout, but in this case, it comes with better features tailored more for work environment, right? It's tailored for work environment, not just communication. It allows you also tag people and do a whole lot more. So we'll be looking at Stack. So how do you get started with Stack? It's just the same way we started on. You can go to Google and just search for Slack. All right. You just search for Slack. You can say slack.com or just Google Slack. Now, once you do that, that should open up the first link should be the Slack online. Now I want to quickly mention that Slack has both the online version, the desktop version, and the mobile version, right? So any of them works, they all synchronize together and work hand in hand. Sorry, I don't know why it's still loading. Just a minute, please. Let me refresh this. I don't know why it's keep loading and loading. The network is all right. I don't know. Okay, I have this one loaded already. So once you are on Google, what you have to do is click on the first link here. So once I click on it now, it should take me to the sign in page. I'm also going to drop it on the message session for us. I'm also going to drop it on the message session for us. So now, started with Trello, you will notice, sorry, with Slack, you will notice it's asking you to sign in either with email or with Google or thereabout. I used to advise account, you can just go and say sign in with Google. And once you sign in with Google now, what this will do is that it's going to ask you for the account you want. So I'm just own account here. Okay, it's currently signing in. It's going to ask you, do you want it to make yes? So just continue. Continue with this. It's loading. Sorry, I don't know, I was muted. So you can see these are the current teams I have. So when you start, so by default, you might not have any of these. All these are called different workspace. So these are all the workspace I am currently connected to, right? So I'm just going to open one. Now, if you are starting or you already have one and you want to create one of your own, you can just click on create another workspace, right? So for the test for this, for the purpose of this class, let's create one. So we say create another workspace. So now it's going to be creating a new workspace for me. So I'm just going to say check the box and then click on create workspace. So it's going to load. It's currently loading. So once it loads, it should ask you for what is the name of the workspace you want to create. So let's see. So it's going to ask you what is the name of your company or your team. All right. So we can just say test. Since it's a test, so we can just say test Slack. Test Slack. So that will be the name of the team. Then I can say next. Now he's going to ask me to add what is your name. This is my own name, so just next. Now he's going to ask me to add co-workers. All right, co-workers include all of you that are in the same company. So you can just add more emails. So let's say I'm going to send in to my other email. So let me add my other email, Dhrivn, outlook.com. I think so. So okay, so now what this will do is it will send an invite to that email. So we are going to send an invite. So what this will do, take note, it's a paid account. So you have to pay, but we can start with the free trial first. So let's start with the free trial. Now it has created the various channels for me. So now by default, it's going to come with certain, okay, you can see I have also received an invite to that email I sent just now. So now, how do you use Slack? That's our main thing, because most of the time, maybe you are added to it. How do you use it? First thing I want to teach you is how do you rename an existing Slack channel? A channel, I told you, is like a group, okay? It's like a group. How do you rename it? You right click on it, and then you should see where it says view channels details. Now, within that session, you will see where it says channel's name. Click on edit, and then you can give it a name. You can say test 10, you can be 101, something like that, whatever name you want to give it. So you can have it like that. So now you can give it a proper name. Then you can add a specific topic. Let's say this topic is about children or tech. Let's do tech. Now, I'm just trying to cover so many ideas so that it doesn't look like it's tech alone. Then just the same way, you can add a description. That is, this channel is everything. Like, it can hold a description of what should be in this channel. So you can add that description. Once that is done, you can go back. Now, all this has been done. The two things I want to also add now is, let's say I say hello now, and I want to draw everybody's attention. I will use the at symbol, right? And then I can call, you can say, you see where it says at channel, all right? At channel, this first one, at channel, all right? At channel, you click on that. That would notify everybody of the message you sent. Okay, so we can say this is a test, something like that. So once you send this now, what this will do, because you have put at channel, is going to notify everybody that is added to that channel of the message you sent. All right. Now, the next thing I want to also mention is, let's say you want to direct it specifically to one particular person, or you want to call somebody's attention to what you sent. Just the same way, you can say, let's say you just want to say check here. So you can say check here. Then you use the at sign again, and then call the person's name. Let's say I invited this person. Let's say I want to call this other gift. So I can click that. Now you can see it's not the entire channel I'm calling, I'm notifying. I am only I'm only calling this particular person's name. Okay, so this is how you tag people for effective communication. Now, let's say another person comes and answers to this particular message I sent, right? There's some things you can do. You can react to it. You can mark it as complete. Marking it as complete means that maybe when they call your attention to it, you have done it and it's complete, right? Now, you have looking into it. This is also to show that you are already on it, but not done. Then you have nicely done. Maybe you want to comment somebody on what has been done. Now you have find another reaction. This is for other reactions. You have reply trend. This is where I'm coming. Reply trend is maybe he said, I am on it, and maybe he called your attention back. You can say, thanks, done, something like that. So once you have it like that, you send. So what this does is that it replies it as a trend under the message you tagged the person. It doesn't start it as a fresh conversation, but it keeps it as a trend. So talking about trend, when I was saying it in my material just now, I was saying trend is like communicating on what is already existing. Now, finally, what I want to quickly mention is you can remind yourself of certain information. Let's say they said, yeah, the meeting is by 10 a.m., something like that. That was sent to the entire group, right? It was sent to the entire group. Now, what you can do is that you can right click. You can either set it to notify you. All right. You can come to actions. Okay, it has to be from somebody else, but let me try something here. It should be able to add it as a trend. Okay, right click, reaction, forward. Okay, let's keep it as a trend. So I can add a trend, noted. I could say noted. Then I put a backslash. Okay, a backslash. Okay, let's send that first. Now I can come here and say a backslash. Now, when I have a backslash, I can use the remind. So you can come to remind. So you tell it to remind you. So now, once you put the backslash remind like this, so what this will do, it will bring you to this page where it's asking it's telling you when you want it to remind you today by 10 let's say 10 a.m. or 10 p.m. So once you have that, you can see the way, then you can tell it maybe meeting with HR, something like that, meeting with HR. So now, if you save this, what this will do, it will automatically add it as a reminder for you so that at the end of today, it will remind you that you have a meeting by 10 p.m. today. So you can see within the Slack channel, you can see so many things we can do to communicate. We can tag everybody, we can tag specific people, we can set reminders. Now, we talked about DMs. DMs is a direct message. So you see where it says direct message down here, you can come to direct message and then click on any individual and send them a personal message. That is maybe a one-on-one message that shouldn't be on the group entirely. You can send them a particular message. This message will be specifically for that person, not everybody in the team. So that's about DM. So basically, with this now, you can see you can create your channel, you can rename your channel, you can tag people, you can add people to your channel. You see where it says invite people. If you click this invite, you can add as many people as you want and then invite them to the channel. Now, okay, I'm just going to close this. I'm not then. The next thing I want here is you have things like huddles. These are the different stacks, that different channel you have currently. So it allows you to navigate between each of them. If you go to trends, you will see the trends you have currently. Then you will also see the message that you have communicated with your people within that session. So now, yeah, dictionaries are where you find everybody that's in the Slack, everybody in the Slack workspace. Then, if you are looking for a specific channel, you can see all these channels you have here. You can access it. If you are looking for users group, if you have any users group, you can find them here. If you have external people joining the Slack channel, you can manage them from here. Then you can send invitation to people from here. So now, basically, this is how you use Slack. Now, I didn't mention that you can also share or you can also type. It not only messages you can type, you can share documents, you can share links. So let's say I want to drop a message within this session. I could share, you could record a clip. That is, I could start a clip. Now I allow. Then I could record a clip here. Now, once I record this clip, I could record like a 3-second clip. Now, once I record this clip, I can share it with, okay, I can share it with everybody on the channel, right? And anybody can join. I can also do things like adding code segments, like maybe you want to add a code segment. Sorry. Okay. Sorry. Can you hear me? Hello? Can anybody hear me? All right. So now you can also add different, this is a video I just recorded, and then you can send it to the Slack channel of your choice. Now you can add documents. If you click this plus icon, you see you have list of things. You can upload documents from your PC directly. Let's say you want to upload a file. We can go to my download or the presentation, the guide. You can upload that to the group. Now make sure it's load successful, then you can send to the group. Now it's not only messages you can drop within the Slack. You can also drop so many other things within the session there. So now, depending on what you want to do, this message box is all in one. You can even italicize, you can strike out some comments, you can add some links, all depending on what you want to achieve, right? So this is like a brief intro into Slack. I know there are a whole lot more that we can do with Slack, but this is just like an overview of how you can use Slack, right? Now, quickly, I know I have a few more minutes. Now, we are going to look at the last one. From the material, we know that we have the Power Automates. Now, I said Power Automate basically is like it's like doing an automation to help you reduce repetitive tasks you do on a day-to-day activity. Now, how do you get into Power Automate? First thing that is required is that you must have maybe a Microsoft Office 365 license. All right. Once you have that license, if you use Team or thereabout in your company, definitely you must have a license. So what you just need to do is go to the app launcher, and then you can select Power Automate. So let's look at it together quickly. And I'm going to create a very simple automation for us. So a very simple one, and then I will take all our questions. So so now, once you get to your Office 365 environment, you can go to where it says make.powerapps. Now, sorry, make.powerautomate.com. That should bring you to this particular page. Now, I'm sure you know that generative AI helps you to do a lot of things now. If what you want to do, you can describe it directly to the automation platform here. And then once you describe it, it's going to automatically do it for you. You can just describe what you want here, and it does it for you. That is one way to do it. Another way to do it is to come to create. All right. Now, once you come to create, you can either create from scratch or using templates. There are different types of flow. We have the cloud, the automated cloud flow. We have the instant cloud flow. We have the scheduled time flow. Now, I'll just do a summary of what each of them are. An automated cloud flow is what works concurrently, whether you are on the internet or not. Every time the flow works automatically on the cloud. Instant cloud flow must be triggered. When I say it must be triggered, that means you must be the one to trigger it to work. All right, you must be the one to trigger it to work. Now, there must be an input from you before the flow works. Scheduled is like just the name, as the name implied. Maybe you want something that happens only once in a year, like birthday reminders, something like that, you can have the scheduled cloud flow for that. So, but for this evening, we're going to do just a very simple automation, just to remind ourselves of, we can set a reminder, a daily reminder, to send us an email to maybe do a particular task every single day, right? So if you come to the template, you can see we have get reminder daily from Outlook, notify and email a new file from Outlook, and so many. You have so many. On this platform here, we have over 1,000 flows you can use. Over 1,000 flows you can use. So it depends on what you want to do. You can just search for them and then utilize them as the case may be. So, but the one I want to quickly work on this evening is us creating an automated email responder. So to do that, first thing you want to do is to create a form. Let's just create a form. So to create, what I want to do here, I want to explain the scenario. I want a case when you fill the form, an email is sent to you to tell you, congratulations, you have successfully registered. Just a simple flow like that. You will see how we are going to do it quickly now. So the first thing you want to do, take note, you cannot use outside platform for now. So it has to be their dedicated form. So let's just create a new form. So we say a new form. So we are creating a new form. Now, I'll just call this test form. I'll call this test class. Okay, so and then this form basically should just it's just basically going to take some informations like your name. All right. Now we are going to add another question, like you should take your email, because we need that to send you an email. So let's just say that's okay. Let me add one more. Let's say we add something like maybe location. We can have location, something like that. Now we have created a form. All right, we have created this form. Now once this form is created, what you need to do is go back to your Power Automate, right? Go back to your Power Automate. Within this template here, look for where it says form. Just search form on the search bar, search form. Now you will see that form will come up with so many things you can do with form, so that you see how we create it quickly. Form, is it taking time? Okay, you can see everything here is about form now. It's about form. So the one I want is I want to send an email to a responder when a form is submitted. So this particular one is what I want to do. And currently you can see the number of people that have used it, about 570 something people has sorry, not 500,000 please have used this particular flow. So let's just use this. So now it will load up, and then we just connect our form and try to test it, and you will see how it works now. So we are going to automate it in such a way that when the user fills that form, it automatically sends them an email congratulating them on successfully registering. So it's loading. It's loading, it's loading. Let's just wait for it. Okay, it's connecting to my, it's currently connecting to my Office 365 account. So once it connects now, so let's see. All right, continue. You click on continue here. Now, that should open up the canvas environment. It's loading the canvas environment. Now, this canvas environment is where you now have to build your flow. Now, it's asking you for two things. Personally, I love this is like the new design. I love the old design, so I'm going to switch to the old version. The old version is more simplified for basic understanding. So let's switch to that design. It's loading. Okay, so it's coming up now. Now, the question is, this particular service I'm using is like a software as service I am using. All right. So now, okay, let's look at it here. You see, when it's asking you when a form is submitted, now you have to pick the form. You have to pick the form. Now, to pick the form, you have to know what's the name of this form. The name of this form is called what? Test class. Test class. So what I'll do is to come here, and then I'm going to look for, these are all the forms I have. So test class, I should have it here. Look at it, it's here. So I'm going to pick this class. I'm going to pick that form. Now, it's going to ask for form ID. So the form ID is always unique. So I'm going to pick the name of that form again, which is what? Test class. So test class, I'll pick that. So when a response is received, what should happen? What should happen is that if the response is anonymous, if yes, it should do this for me. What is here? Now it's going to send, and from the remember I have some columns just now. You can dynamically add those email, those information, like who do you want to send it to? Is the email of the person that registered. So you say the response email. Now, the subject will be something like, we can just say submission, or we can just say something like tests. Let's just use tests class. Now, once this is done, it says it can pass in some other information for you. And then I'm going to come up with something here. I could say dear, or I could say hello, something like that. Then I want to call your name. I want to personalize it for you, right? So I'll call your name, hello, your name, then comma, enter. I would say your email, is, then I could put a semicolon, pass in your email now, and then I'll say your location is, then I will definitely pass in the location. That is the columns I created there. Now, once this is done, I can set what we call sensitivity. It's optional actually. It's optional. So you can decide to leave that. Now, what this will simply do is that now, test class as the subject. Now, you can see I can test this now. Now, take note, you can format all of this. You can make it bold. You can set a different font size. You can select different time. So it's more or less like you customizing the experience you want. Once that is done, all you just have to do is to save this flow. The question is, how do you save it? You see save under here. You say save. You click on this save. That will save this flow. Once this flow is saved now, once it's saved, what you can do now is to go and test this form. How do we test it? It's a cloud flow automatically. So I will come to, I could say tests, then manual tests, and say tests now. What I just have to do now is to come and fill this form. So I'm going to get the link. I'm going to get this link. I'm going to get the link. So collect response. I'm going to shorten it and just quickly get this link so that you too can try it from your end. I'm going to copy this link now and then come to our call. You can fill it out too and quickly see. So what I'll just do now is to open a new tab and paste that link here. Now, once it opens, I think you might have challenge. I have to tell it to respond to everybody. Okay, yeah, that should work. So now I'm going to fill in my name, Gifts Ahmed. Then my email is giftahmed2 giftahmed2@gmail.com, like this. Then location Abuja. Now, once I submit this now, it says response submitted successful. Now come back to your flow. You will notice that the flow says successful, right? It says successful. Now, the real question is it truly successful? How do you know, or how do you confirm if it is successful? Let's go to my email. Okay, let's just quickly go to my email and confirm that if I have received a new mail showing from tests. The subject is supposed to be test. So let's quickly confirm that here now. I'm just going to load this now quickly. So okay, I have not received any mail, but let's see. It should be here. Okay, let's check. Hope it didn't go to spam. I'm coming. I don't know why the mail is not here yet. Still loading my inbox. It should be here. Okay. Since it's not here yet, let me confirm from my Power Automate. It says flow ran successful. Okay, let's just refresh this page. Think it's still yet to come. But once it arrives, you should get an email in your inbox with those information you populated. Yeah, I know why it's taking time. Okay, it's not here. It's not here. It's not here yet. So let's see why. Sorry, I want to see why it's not in my inbox yet. So let's see, and hopefully we should be able to fix it. But it showed successful, so I don't know why I've not received it. Okay. All right, I think it's the network. So let's see. Um, while we wait for this to come up, while we wait for this to come up, basically, the essence is I just wanted to show you how we can automate processes like this within the shortest period of time, and then you can see the response to it. So I don't know why if okay, it says the body. Okay, why? Let me remove this. I'm going to copy this one and remove this condition. Copy to clipboard. I think this was causing it. So let's just delete this particular last one and just add a new step. Then go to my clipboard. I just want to send an email based on that. So let's see. Um, this should give me the emails. Sorry, let me just quickly do that. Okay, dynamic content. Okay, we have to populate the form. Okay, it didn't save. That's why. That was why it's not showing. So let me quickly just do that. Test class, then ID should be test class as well. So test class. Now, with that, I should be able to get my email here. Then I should be able to get the subject as test class. Then the subject can be hello, then hello, then your name, then comma, enter. Then I could just pass in your email and then enter your location for the sake of time. Now we can save that. Then once that's saved, we can run a test on it now and see. So let me do a manual test now, and let's try and submit another response. So let's say gift. This is just gift. Then email is giftahmed at gmail.com. All right, then location is Abuja. Now let's submit this and see. So hopefully this should go through now. Okay, it says successful. Okay, now let's go to my email. I should have received that email automatically in my inbox now. Let's confirm. Yeah, it's here. So you can try it out. You will see that, you see it says hello gift. It passed in my email and my address. So basically that's how we can automate simple form to do simple things repetitively, quickly for us using templates. So basically, I think I know some of these things were due to time and everything. So you can practice, you can always try to practice some of these things to help you. So basically, I would round up here saying that in conclusion, Trello helps you to organize, Stack helps you to communicate, software as service where we use Power Automate, for example, helps you to automate tasks automatically. Thank you very much. I will be open to question and answer. Queen, thank you very much for having me. Thank you. Yes, stop sharing now. All right. Queen, are you with me?
Yes, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Yes. Yes. Thank you very much. I think I've exhausted my time, but the rest moment, we can use it for question and answer, hopefully before we call it a day. Yes.
Thank you so much for that gift. It has been quite an interesting one. From Trello to Slack, then
Yeah.
to Power Automate has been an interesting one. So I don't know if
Yeah.
anyone on the call has any question before we call it a night. Anyone at all? You can signify by raising up your hand. Okay. So in absence of none, at least let's put our hands together. Please drop the clap emoji. I believe Gift did a fantastic job. Gift, thank you so much for making our time to come here and share your knowledge with the community members. We are quite grateful. The pleasure is all yours. Thank you so much for coming. So
Thank
by
you very much.
Monday, Tuesday, we'll be looking at AI. By Monday, Tuesday, we'll be looking at AI. Please do endeavor to show up. It's going to be a very interesting section and also something practical. You're going to learn one or two from prompt engineering and everything generative AI that we can be able to, touch within the few hours we have to spend. We are going to get an expert, an AI engineer come walk us through that. So please and please do not miss this section. Like I said earlier, the recording of this section and the one of yesterday, we are going to share it on the Slack channel, we are going to share the link on WhatsApp by tomorrow. So thank you everyone that made themselves available for tonight's sections. And you're still here to this very moment. Thank you so much. So we are going to meet again on Monday. All right. Thank you everyone. Good night and sleep well. Thank you so much, Gift. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good night to you all. You're welcome.